Evening and welcome to Business Today on Channel I. On this program, we talk about many interesting topics with high-profile individuals. And on today's episode, we have with us Yusuf Sharif. He is the co-convener of the Liberal Youth Movement. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Prashant. How are you?
All right. So to start off, just tell me what exactly is the Liberal Youth Movement?
So to start off with, Prashant, I think the first thing that you should know, or we as individuals should know, that the movement is not part of any political movement, or we are not against any political movement. We are a movement, a youth-led movement that has initiatives to educate, empower and also inform the youth of the current political landscape, of current issues that's happening in the country, and also to make a voice when it's required. So as a movement, Prashant, we have youngsters coming in from different areas of this country. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have young professionals, who is eager to basically learn and also to be a part of a change that is accepted. We as the Liberal Youth Movement we mainly focus on few different values. I'm sure we will talk about it future of this interview. But the Liberal Youth Movement again was initiated 1.5 months ago. We have 4 individuals with me, so I'm one of the co-conveners. With me there's Arune, there's Rusiru and then Namini. So we have different beliefs, but however we come together again with one objective, to stand out and speak for what's right and speak for the youth to be better and to do well in this country.
All right. Now, when you take the word liberal or liberalism, there is a bit of a misconception among a lot of people. They think that liberals are rebels and they go against the grain and maybe against the law and things like that. There's many beliefs. Can you just clarify this? Just give us the meaning about this word.
Just to take the context of it, initially when we started, as in I personally also had the same opinion, I would say, about the movement, or not about the movement, about this word itself, But when we went deep into it and when we studied liberalism itself, it's a way of life. You could oppose something, but you can also accept the other person's opinion, right? So no, we are not rebels. We are corporate. Some of us are corporates. We work for corporates, and some of us are still studying. So we believe in 8 core values. I'm sure we will talk about some of them in this interview also. So this is, like I said, a way of life, This could be implemented in your day-to-day work. This could be implemented in your political perspectives of things that you look at. Basically, to be a good human being, we believe, from the Liberal Youth Movement and also as liberals, we believe there is always good in everything that we do, right? And also to be better humans end of the day, to serve this country, to serve ourselves, to be better people, not to hurt anyone.
So it's like you have a very optimistic view about life and also a very peaceful approach.
Very true.
Okay.
You've got it right.
All right, okay. So you mentioned about 8 core values a couple of times. I would like to know what these are. Just would you like to tell us?
Yes. So to start off with these values, I think what we need to understand also, Prashant, these, before I get to these values, right, I'll state the context for it, for us to understand what and how this can be implemented in our day-to-day lives, right? These 8 values are values that we inherit, that we practice. We are not perfect, right? We can't, so these 8 values will not take us, will not tell us what we need to do, right? But these 8 values could be implemented in our day-to-day life to make ourselves better, like I said before. So the first value that we can focus, or the main value or the core value of liberalism, is liberty. So do you know what liberty means? Like when you say liberty, what comes to your mind first?
Well, you're putting me on the spot right now, but I would like if you give me your definition of what liberty means.
So why I asked that also, Prashant, because I'm going to take you as an example here to just make sure that, let's not bring in the theoretical perspective of it, but we'll make it more practical so that even people would understand what it really means.
Okay.
So liberty is a core value. That means you are your captain of your own ship. You decide, Prashant, who you want to be, and you having that freedom to be that person is what liberty stands for. For an example, again, Prashant, why I asked you that question is just not to put you on the spot, but also to take you as an example, right? Say, Prashant, you want to become a presenter. Now, that's what you dream for. You want to become a good presenter. You might be a good journalist in the future, right? Someone comes and tells you, Prashant, look here. Don't be a presenter. That's not right, man. You should be a doctor. When someone comes and tells you that, how would you feel? It's an external source having an impact on you and telling you what to do. So where is your freedom there? So liberty is basically you running your show. You are your captain of your ship.
Okay.
You plan your goals and objectives, right? You work towards it, and you have the freedom to do it. So this is the core value that we believe in. Now, there are few aspects to liberty as well. External factors that's affecting liberty. So there is negative and then there is positive. Negative liberty is what will impact you in a negative way to put you or drag you from what you want to be. Like the example that I brought in. Say, Prashant, now again you want to be a presenter, and your family will come and tell you don't be a doctor. Then that is negative. But a positive liberty is your family is supporting you and telling you, go for it, go and do it. You should be a presenter, go follow your dreams. So you need to have that balance always. If it's just only positive, it will be tough, for it to, it's not easy, it'll be an easy drive, but it doesn't make sense. There needs to be a balance in both, right? So a positive aspect to liberty also could be from different areas, your education that you get, your trainings that you get for you to become a presenter, right? Then also financial support for you to study these things, and probably external factors such as the government helping you in different ways. So there are so many aspects that we can look into in this, right? To be a liberal person. So the core value is liberty again. So liberty focuses on you, your freedom, your right to be who you want to be.
Okay.
So a balance between negative and positive will take you to where you want to be. So external factors such as the government affiliation, your free education if you are required, your financial support, your counseling if you require, these are things that you require. This is a must. You need this to become who you are, because as individuals we believe, as liberals we believe that you need to be who you want to be, and you have that freedom. You completely have that freedom. So all these aspects need to support you. So different individuals. So this will drag on to our second core value again, that is individualism. Now individualism is where for you to become who you want to be, it's not just you. These external factors are also helping. So you have liberty, freedom to be who you want to be, right? In that there's a political aspect and different views that we look into. There is education that you need, and as when the second core value is individualism, we talk about individuals, different individuals being team players. Every individual matter here. So here again I can give another example. Say, since the Asia Cup is on, I might as well take that as an example. We have 11 players in a team, and if one player fails, sometimes the entire team might fail, and when you look at it, another person might fail. So as individuals, right, if one person fails, it's an impact on all of us. So we believe every person matter, every individual's opinion matter, their right to live, that matters. So as individuals, we have to look at another person and help another person out also to be better, right?
Yeah.
So that is where individualism focuses more on.
Mm-hmm.
And moving on to our third topic, I would say, third
Core value.
core value that we want to talk about is skepticism of power.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a famous quote from Lord Acton. He says it's very powerful at this point for us also to understand what it means, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, power is corrupted. Absolute power is absolutely corrupted.
Okay.
So it's very, very straightforward, and it puts you right on the spot. So you know how power works.
Yeah.
You and me both know how power works. So when someone is in power, even our family members, when our father, he's the main person in the family, so he is in power, so he controls everything. But then again, there's a certain point where we think, is he abusing this power? Then we question. Even at our corporate, even politically, we know how it has been all these years. When we look at it, we always have this skeptic thought, you know, when you are in power, is he doing the right thing? Is he focusing on the right thing? Is he abusing it? So we look at different things. We don't oppose that person, but we always have an eye. Because end of the day, like we said, these values now, so we've spoke about liberty, individualism, because every individual matter. So that's why we are coming to skepticism of power again, because that matters. Now for an example, Prashant, I can take you again. I'm sorry, I'm just taking you as an example,
sure.
because this would, you know, build more conversation amongst us also. So when there is power amongst us, say you want to get where you want to get, but a person in power is abusing it, and the opportunity that you're supposed to get goes to another person, right? What happens there? You're losing your opportunity. As an individual, you're dragged down.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't happen. So our third value, again, skepticism of power, focuses on that, focuses on always having an eye on what's happening, understanding what this person is doing, and if the power is abused to a certain extent, we control.
So basically the person in power is being held accountable.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
You got it right.
Okay.
So the next value that comes to rule of basically rule of law, right, is where we control the person in power.
Okay.
Right? So it's all flow again. So you are free, you have the freedom to be who you want to be. Then you need the external factors, the society, to be with you, to support you to get where you want to get. If one person fails, the entire system fails. That's what we believe in, right? And then when the person in power is not helpful, you know, that's when rule of law comes in, to control, to have a hold of things. So we firmly believe the rule that's implemented in this country or in an organization, it could be in your family. This is the beauty of it. I'm sorry, I'm going away from the values a bit to make sure, since we are in this topic right now.
Yeah.
Liberalism is way of life, like I said before. So these values, the way we talk about it, can be implemented in our day-to-day lives, Prashant. Like, this is just not corporate, this is not stick to corporate, this is not stick to political, this is a way of life. Like I said, it has an impact on everything that we do. We can have these values everywhere.
It starts from your own family itself.
Exactly. It starts from you, it goes to your family, then it goes to your society, it goes to your corporate, then it goes to you, the bigger picture, where the most important factor, the political factor. You know, that is where the power is, that is where a lot of regulations are brought up. That'll hold on to us, right? So if that is clear, we have a clear path to get to where we want to get. Even in a business, Prashant.
Yeah.
Even in a corporate, we have our goals and values. Right, just like that. So in corporates also we have rules. We have to adhere to those rules. Sometimes they say we have to get to work at 9 o'clock in the morning. We have to leave at 5. Well, leaving at 5 doesn't happen, but we get to work at 9.
Yeah.
So rule of law is where we get hold of power again. Peace and tolerance, we always combine it together, right? Peace and tolerance, the next value that we talk about. You know what tolerance means? Something that we lack, something we need to practice always. Tolerance means, Prashant, now whatever I'm explaining about these values, I'm talking about these 8 values, you might think, Yusuf, what you're saying is not right, man. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. No, what you're saying is wrong. So you might have a different opinion. Again, you have the freedom to do that. And it's my responsibility to accept it, tolerating it and accepting it. I might have a different opinion, but I listen to you always, Prashant. You have a different opinion on this. I will take it.
Yeah.
But I might not implement it to myself. You know.
Okay.
I will have it with me, and I will also accept it. So that is tolerating your opinion. That is very important when it comes to political aspects and also in an organization, right? We might have different opinions, but then again we get into arguments, and then from there a relationship is broken, right? Even at a corporate or even politically, when we oppose a political party, right, we will come and say, no, you're wrong, but we accept it, because that's your ideology. We respect you, man, for what you have, right? So that is basically tolerance. It's very important that I always believe, personally, one of the main values that we need to practice. It's very tough.
Yeah.
It's not that I always tolerate, but we have to practice it. We are not perfect, we're getting there. It's about practicing these values, right? Tolerance. And then there is peace.
Okay.
There is peace that is also part of, I've always combined it, because it is very important again to, you know, be peaceful of what's happening, understand, stay calm, not fight, be arrogant. That is not right.
Yeah.
So peace and tolerance always comes together. That is how we see it. So moving on to our next, there is responsibility. Prashant, you and I have a responsibility socially, individually, to serve this country and also to serve ourselves. You know, we are responsible. I can take an example. Some might oppose these things, but yeah, again, that is being liberal, accepting it, right? Prashant, say we are using a ground, a public ground, like you work out in the morning. When we all go for a jog in the morning, we work out in a public area, take a ground or a public area. And when we work out in that area, we can't, I personally believe that we can't expect the government to send in people to clean that area. If we are using that area to do our stuff, I think it's also a responsibility to clean that space socially.
Yeah.
That is a simple example that I want to bring out as well, because end of the day we are all responsible. Since I have a social responsibility is why I'm here today talking about these values, because we want to see what's right and what's wrong and appreciate what's right and correct what's wrong for us to get to our goal. Again, even in a corporate, even politically.
So you believe in everyone doing their part?
We have, all of us have a part to play. That is what these values again focuses on, right? From the beginning, again, when you look at liberty, individualism, and rule of law, skepticism of power, so all of these are linking together, because it's a social cycle again. We all are part of it. So we have our responsibilities. We have to play upon it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's also, again, one of the key values that I believe in, right? And the last one, Prashant, is spontaneous order. We always believe for something to happen, there's a root cause. When you look at it, right, for an example, we'll take the current political crisis, not political crisis, but the economical crisis that we have, economically, right? This crisis cannot happen in 2 years.
Yeah.
We actually did a session on that. We will talk about, when we're talking about the future events, probably we can highlight it. But we had a workshop and we got a person from a financial analysis to come and make us understand what is happening, like I said, so we educate our youngsters to understand what's happening. Then when we can make a noise without knowing what's happening around, there's no point making a noise. We always believe in that, so we always educate. We bring in professionals to come and talk in sessions as well. So we got a financial analysis to come and have a session on the current economic crisis.
Okay.
So this current economic crisis, from what he explained to us, makes perfect sense. It can't happen over 2 years. This has been happening over a period of time. We are affected now is because right now we are in petrol queues for days. Sometimes we had to stay in queues to get gas. There was no food. So that is actually affecting us, right? That is why now we are feeling it. So now when we look at it and say, now we are in a crisis, what is happening here? That's not right. So when you look at it, there's a spontaneous order to it. It has been happening over a period of time. Now it has got to a point where we are affected.
So it's an accumulation of events that has led us to where we are.
Exactly. That's what spontaneous order means. Again, whatever there's an end result, something to happen, there's always a spontaneous order leading towards it.
Okay.
So those are the 8 values that we believe in, Prashant. And to further elaborate it, how these 8 values personally for me, right? Practicing it is tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It takes time. But we will try to get there. We will get there. So in this process, the liberal youth movement again focuses on these 8 values. Based on these 8 values, like I said, we speak about various topics. In fact, we had a session last week which spoke about love.
Okay.
Liberalism and love. So there are different aspects that we can apply this to, you know. So those are the 8 values that we talk about, Prashant.
All right, okay. And in short, just tell me, what have you accomplished already and what are you planning on accomplishing in the future?
Prashant, in 1.5 months, so since we started, every Saturday we have workshops that we conduct virtually. We had a physical session. So based on these 8 values, we talk about the economy, we talk about the lifestyle change, we talk about aspects that's affecting your business, a corporate.
Okay.
So we bring in different speakers and we conduct sessions every week. So we have a WhatsApp group that we operate, right? We have conversations building on the WhatsApp group. So we have a Facebook page, you know, that builds up conversation. So follow us, the Liberal Youth Movement, on Facebook and Instagram, and also join our group. We've shared the link on the Facebook page for the WhatsApp group to build conversation. So there's daily conversations happening, you know. So we have come a long way. We have about 500-600 members in the organization right now, and focusing towards, you know, practicing these liberal values and how we can bring it out in the future, politically and also economically.
All right, and I'm sure you have some big plans for the future as well. And before we wrap up, do you have a message for the youngsters listening out there? Because we have a lot of youth who are really stepping into the corporate world, stepping into society. Do you have any message you would like to share with them?
Right now, Sri Lanka is at a critical juncture, politically, economically, and socially. And it is our responsibility to voice out when there's something wrong, politically, economically, again socially. As the youth of this nation, we have our responsibilities. For us to get where we want to, for us to achieve our dreams and goals, we have to do the right thing. So this youth movement focuses mainly on doing the right thing based on these values for us and for our future. So my message for the youth is, join this movement, be a part of us, and let's make the change, and let's do this for ourselves to be better, and definitely for our nation.
All right, thank you so much. That was Yusuf Sharif, a co-convener of the Liberal Youth Movement. Thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and well, that wraps up today's program as well. Do join us next week for the very latest. Till then, have a good night.
Core value